Hello, and welcome to the Have It Your Way workouts here on Boomer and Beyond Wellness. I'm Angela Fischetti. So you can tell I'm excited about this. And really, folks, this is intended originally for those who have chronic concerns. So I want you to feel like this is your special chronic concerns corner. So the first exercise we'll be doing here in this whole series will be a sumo squat. So you know the sumo wrestlers bring those legs out wide. The accessories we'll be using today will be a sticky yoga mat, also exercise tubing. Now this one has attachable handles, right? They basically act as extenders. So I find that for this particular exercise, if you're 5'6" and above, you want to get this type of exercise tubing, not the one with the preset handles. 5'5" and under, you can go with the preset handles. Also, we'll be using a set of dumbbells, or if you prefer, you can do one dumbbell by holding it between your hands and working like this. I'm choosing to use two, and I'm going to hold out in front of me. And they are both 25 pounds each. Now, don't worry about that. Did I begin there? No, not at all. So that's why we're going to have different approaches today for you. So this leads me into precautionary measures, medical disclaimers. Typically, the mat and the band, or the tube, I should say, are made out of latex. So you want to look for non-latex or latex-free if you have a latex allergy. Also, I want to talk about how you hold the handles, right? So you want the handles of the tubing to rest in the heels of the hands, not so the hands do this, because this position is a wrist extension, which is contraindicated for carpal tunnel syndrome. If you have any knee issues, knee concerns, particularly maybe like a shorter range of motion with the knees, you can always feel free to use the wall for support. And you can bring your legs closer for a basic squat, or you can go nice and wide for your sumo squat. Now, those of you with back spine issues can also choose to use the wall for support. You can hold there, or you can slide up and down. However, if you choose to do it at the floor, back spine issues, if you've ever been told not to forward flex, not to bend down and pick up something particularly that is weighted, then you want to try that version, okay? Also, postural deviations, especially hyperkyphosis, which is sort of that hunched appearance. So both back spine issues that are told not to forward flex and hyperkyphosis are often associated with, but not exclusive to, osteoporosis. So you want to find out about that. If you are medicated or not for hypertension, if you have vertigo or GERD, we just want to make sure the head's not dropping down. A lot of times I see people doing that in a squat. They're letting the head just fall down. So you want to be careful of that. Keep it upright. And so the major muscles that are involved here, there are many, which means a squat, no matter what kind, is a compound movement. This means you're engaging multiple joints and multiple large muscles simultaneously. And that's what makes it great for us here, 50 and above, in my case, way beyond it, I'm going to be 66. And for some with these chronic concerns, right? So working more muscles is excellent to help for balance as well. So here you go. We'll be involving the gluteals, the buttocks, right? The hip adductor muscles, your inner thighs, your quadriceps, the front thighs, the hamstrings, the back thighs, even your calf muscles are involved. And the way that I'm going to execute this with you, your shin muscles will be involved, your hip flexors, and they're basically up here, kind of just below the bottom of the torso where they meet the top of the thighs, your back extensor muscles, and those abdominals. Yep, this is a compound movement. The activities of daily living that are so important for us to be able to we want to be able to perform them and also strength train those movements that we have to duplicate in life. So think about it. You get up and down out of a chair, squatting. You get in and out of your car, just sit in your car seat, squatting. And yes, even I'll go there, getting up and down from that commode. So we want to be able to squat. I call it the mother of all exercises. I like the sumo because I feel like we can engage those gluteals more. We have more of a sense of them. And to be frank with you, during the aging process, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes when somebody falls in their home, and you know that can be devastating later in life, that it's oftentimes because of weak gluteal muscles. We're here to help with that. Now, always go also to the community tab on my channel, because there I'm going to have images of the muscles and graphic images of female physiques doing an exercise, and also different studies. So go there and check it out. I'm going to have some cool stuff there for you on the sumo squat and other squats. So this is a gentle reminder to make sure that when you're exercising on your own, because we're not going to do a lot here today. We're never going to do a lot, but we're always going to break it down properly for you so you can, okay? Is to make sure that you stay hydrated. Make sure you drink water. Feel free whenever you're working out to stop and rest whenever you need to, but don't quit, okay? Do not quit. Always come back into it. And I will be providing in the community tab a Rating of Perceived Exertion chart, RPE, and it is advised for those in 50 and above with these chronic health concerns, etc., to work out at an RPE between 3 and 6. There's also a warm-up and a cool-down video that's pinned to the channel. It's there for you. So after you do the work here with me today, I want you to go over there and do some stretches. They're gentle stretches, and they're all standing stretches, by the way. And it is suggested that if you're 55 years and above, to warm up for 10 minutes prior to any workout. Now, I have to tell you that I know I mentioned all those kind of conditions, medical disclaimers, but, if you're still not, if you're still kind of like, I don't know whether or not I should do this, I'm going to tell you now, don't participate in the work. I want you to preview the video first. Preview it, but look for what you can do. It's going to be here, I promise. And if you're still not sure, then I would show it to the medical healthcare practitioner who knows your body best to help you make an informed decision. So now, this is how we're going to handle this. We're going to do one set. A set, when you're working out on your own, is 8 to 15 repetitions. Here today, we're going to be doing 15 repetitions. Now, when you work out on your own, you're going to do 1 to 3 sets. You build up, right? And you don't do the same exercise, strength training exercise, on consecutive days, all right? You want to do them on non-consecutive days. Now, how we're going to do this now is we're going to demonstrate the first 5 repetitions without any resistance. I do this anyhow on my channel. However, this is how we're going to do it here. Just 5 repetitions, no band, no tubing, no weights, nothing. This is to help those of you with the chronic concerns, those of you who are new to strength training, and those of you new to exercise. Then we move into the second 5 repetitions. For those of you who have bands and tubes, things like that, monster cords, etc., we're going to demonstrate 5 repetitions with the resistance tube. And then the final 5 repetitions are for those of you who, like myself, love the weights. And that's when I will tie them in for you. So we're going to begin here with how you stand. Now, I'm going to show you just the basic squat first, okay? So that you understand what is meant by an athletic ready stance. So So we bring the feet hips width apart. You can measure that by placing your hands on the high pelvic bone, pointing the fingers down, straight down. Then you line up your ankles to knees to the inside of the pelvic bone. That's hips width. Now I'm going to turn to the side, maintain my hips width. Now from here, I'm going to take a slight posterior pelvic tilt. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be like we're twerking, right? We want to take a slight posterior pelvic tilt. Hold there. Now I'm going to turn this way because I don't want to yell into that microphone on that side. All right, so I'm going to bring the arms out in front. I'm going to lift the toes inside the shoes. So now I'm going to engage those shin muscles, which are great for balance and great for your knees. And I'm going to sit back into a chair, inhale with the toes lifted inside the shoes. Exhale, I push up from the heels, and now I can drive the work up into the gluteal even more. Slight posterior pelvic tilt. Now, what if you have some you're just tight and you really can't go too low on a squat? Then your squat can look like this. It's small. You sit back, bend the knees, you come up. Here's the pelvic tilt. I'll take it, folks. And one more. Actually, let's do one more because that was a tiny one. Last one. Notice how slow and controlled you exhale on the effort. The effort is when you rise up. Great. Now let's take the tube. When you go to utilize a resistance tube for the sumo squat, we have to stand with the feet wide. Therefore, the tube is underneath the arches of your shoes. Please, underneath the arches. I have the feet slightly laterally turned out. I come up, resting the handle in the heels of the hands. Remember, for carpal tunnel syndrome, I lift the toes inside the shoes. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, come up. Pelvic tilt, squeeze it all. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the thighs. Now, this is just precautionary measures for those of you with hand issues, like arthritic hands, or you have Dupuytren's contracture or trigger finger. You want to look for handles that are soft. You want to avoid the firm handle. Okay, let's go for one more. Yes, I'm taking my time, folks. I'm not flying through the work. Hold here. Now, careful. When you release tubing, it could snap away from you. So be very careful with that. And then my final 5. Here you go. Turning the palms forward. I'm holding 2 weights. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, up. Pelvic tilt. So this is 50 pounds. I'm taking my time and I'm focusing. Inhale, exhale, up for the work. Breath in and out through the nose. Unless you have COPD, then I would discuss with your medical healthcare practitioner pursed lip breathing. I'm going to go for 1 extra repetition for good luck for all of us. And turn the feet in. Be careful when you set heavy weights down. Make sure they're not rolling off. And that's what we have for you today here at Boomer and Beyond Wellness Have It Your Way workout. You want to make sure you go cool down, drink your water. Now, you know me, I live a whole food, plant exclusive lifestyle. So eat your greens, eat your beans, and until next time, be well. Thanks so much for your support. Please subscribe, like, thumbs up. Thanks.